Good evening, and welcome to this Shiro Coffee Chat Short. I am Melissa, a retired Army veteran and the founder of the Shiro Coffee Club, where our mission is to keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. I am also the host of the Shiro Coffee Chat, which airs every Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure to check us out. Tonight, I want to talk about something that affects far too many of our nation's heroes, and that is veteran suicide. Right now, there are veteran advocates calling on VA Secretary Doug Collins, who was just confirmed last week. I talked about it um, last week as well. They want the organizations are wanting him to take a hard look on how the suicide prevention funds are spent. Last year, the VA received $571 million for suicide prevention, but yet the numbers have yet to drop when it comes to suicides. Tim Jensen, he's from the Grunt Style organization, and they focus on mental health, food insecurity, and supporting veterans as they transition out of the military. He said the situation is definitely unacceptable, to which I agree. But he added some info. He said over the past 20 years, we've lost 156,000 veterans to suicide. 156,000 veterans to suicide, and that's more than the number of lives lost in combat in Vietnam and post 9/11 combined. Something has to change. That's what he how he feels. Something has to change. Um, his organization and the Veterans of Foreign Wars, which has 1.4 million members, including its auxiliary, of which I am a lifetime member. Shout out to VFW, the Benjamin O. Davis VFW Post 311, and our commander, Aretha Spurlock. Uh, that organization and the VFW are pushing for alternative treatments for PTSD. They want to reduce the stigma around, just a veteran just going to seek help. Um, and they want to educate, veterans and the public on mental health and resources that actually work. Actually work. They're bringing this fight to Washington D.C. and they're going to testify before a House committee this month at a hearing, and they're going to address key issues like veterans being over medicated. Yep. The lack of alternative the lack of data for alternative treatments. They're going to talk about that. There are better ways. You can't just throw medication and think that's going to fix the problem. So they're going to present to them these alternative therapies, and I think it's so, I don't know, ironic and epiphany. I'm not sure what to call it, but that I would run into this information about veteran suicides, or suicide prevention, or whatever you want to call it. Because just yesterday I had Beverly on the Shiro Coffee Chat. Now, Beverly Fitch is the commander of the Verna L. Jones American Legion Post 478, of which I'm also a member of. And we were talking about the importance of belonging to these veterans organizations. Not many organizations get invited to speak on, to House committees. Not all of them get to speak, at hearings. But I do know that like the DAV, AMVETS, American Legion, and VFW, they actually get their own hearings. So I'm just re-emphasizing the importance of belonging to these veterans organizations because they can speak about what's going on across the nation. Our 16 million veterans that we have out here all over the world, but they can speak directly to Congress and have input. There's power and strength in numbers. And so I'm just going to use not only this moment to take a look at veteran suicide, but to also encourage you to uh, be a part of these veteran organizations that are out here fighting for us on the hill. So I digress, but their goal when they get to Washington, their goal is going to really be to make sure the VA funds are being used effectively. They're going to, probably ask, let's not just increase budget. Let's get some measurable results. $571 million is a large budget. You might need to increase it, but as they look at the numbers have not dwindled down. Right now, suicide is the second leading cause of death for veterans under age 45. So everyone knows about that infamous 22, that number 22. Well, right now, as we speak, it's being reported that it's gone down to 17.6, but that's not enough. 17.6 veterans? I don't even know what the point's for. It's 18. 18 veterans take their own lives every day. That's a crisis. And we definitely need better solutions. You just can't throw money at a problem and thinking it's going to be fixed. You got to get to the root of it. We just need better solutions. One suicide is a suicide too many. All across the world in every area, but right now at this very moment, I'm talking about my veteran brothers and sisters and what's happening in Congress. But the money needs to be redirected towards programs and treatments that actually help veterans heal. So you got to take a look at that. And I'm so glad that there's a seat at the table for veteran organizations to speak truth to power. And that's our voice to speak to your local organizations about the things that are going on so they can speak for you. And right now, everything aside, if you are a veteran who's struggling right now, I want you to know there's help available. Text 988. Text 988. There are so many groups online, social media. Find someone who can listen to you, someone that you trust who will listen to you. There's so many different veteran organizations, vet centers, different groups. And if you feel like you're at the end of your rope right now, put a knot in it. Put a knot in it and just, get some help. Call out, reach out. There are so many people who want to help you now. You are needed in this world. The nation is everyone's always saying, this nation owes a debt of gratitude to our veterans. Well, it's time to do better by your veterans. It's time to hold VA accountable, and push for real solutions, some alternative treatments that actually work. And just make sure that no veteran feels like they have to be alone in this fight. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Um, and as always, keep your heart full and your coffee strong. And I encourage you just to go look at the show from yesterday. You can just fast forward to the last 15 minutes where we're talking about the importance of joining veterans organizations. And like I said, if you're feeling like you're at the end of your rope right now, tie a knot in it. Text 988. Call someone you can trust, because you matter even when you don't feel like it. Good night.